down low. The 79 gets caught up in it just at the very end. The 67, though, of Nathan Stanley makes it on through free and clear. He, Paul Ferdiani, and Larry Dickerson having a drag race down to the for one last attack, getting underneath him, not quite able to make it stick, having to lift once again. Oh, into exit of turn number 4, down onto the front straightaway here. Who's going to win it with the drag race? It's going to be Timothy Pope. First 3 and 4, 751 with a hefty lead here, about a half a car length as the one gets up into the wall with a run down. 200 feet. It's going to be a close one across the line. Garrett Welsh made it 3 wide on the far outside lane, picking up spots left and right here as everybody fighting for every single spot we go. Coming across the line, white flag. So here we go, final lap. Hello and welcome, race fans, into some Monday night racing action as the NTRL Cup Series moves on in these playoffs, and we head down to a very tricky track. That's right, we're here at Dover tonight, the Monster Mile, where Miles is gonna chew these drivers on up and spit them right back on out. Who's gonna walk away with a car still intact, and who's maybe picking up the pieces at the end of this one? Well, we're just have to wait and sit here and find on out. It's the long short track here tonight. Gonna be some high speed and some high stakes. So let's get this party all started with the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And welcome back. As always, we have to say a huge thank you to the proud supporters of the NTRL. Very much like Davidson Builders. They're up in that northern New Jersey area. Be sure to go and check them on out if you're looking to do a whole house remodel, maybe doing a little bit of an extension putting on that house, or maybe just want to change out that kitchen sink. Head on over to Davidson Builders and go ahead and hire the professionals so you know the job gets done correctly. So big thank you there to Davidson Builders. Of course, we have to say a huge thank you to DEP Graphics as well. Some fantastic paint schemes coming out of that garage every single day. So big thank you to DEP, and be sure to get yourself a customized paint scheme here today. Of course, we have to also say thank you to Sim Gear Central as well. Some fantastic button boxes being made over there. It's got all the flip knob, turn dial things, anything you could possibly think of. all at the reach of your fingertips to help aid you in your sim experience, whether that be iRacing, or farm sim, or truck sim, or flight sim, or even the Sims. Be sure to head on over to Sim Gear Central. Of course, we also have to say a big thank you as well to Track Bar Media. Some fantastic photo and video edits of real life and sim life racing being held up over there, so be sure to head on over and check them on out. So big thank you to Track Bar Media and of course Martin Sports. They do a fantastic job with doing like sports jerseys, racing gear, everything all customized so you actually look like a team. Big thank you to Martin Sports. Be sure to get some gear here today. And that's all of them. They're all fantastic if you noticed. All fantastic. As always, I am Alan Brown, and I, for whatever reason, can't pull a dang tire from a dang screw, but that's alright. I've got my good buddy, Mr. Alan English, the brewmaster in general, sitting up here in the booth with me tonight. And Alan, we come here to the next round of these playoffs, up into Delaware, where Miles the Monster is awaiting these drivers here tonight for a very tricky task.
Yeah, man, this is a challenging track. Love the banking here. You can get some great speed out of these cars on this short 1 miler. The trade-off is tire wear. It's all about the tire wear here. This concrete surface is very abrasive. It's like driving on sandpaper. These guys are going to go through some tires tonight. We'll hear from Adam how many sets they got and all that here in just a minute. But yeah, that's number one strategy out here is going to be, doing the best you can with track position, but planning when you put on each set of tires and try to time it out for a great finish here at the end, because it's everything. It's all about tires tonight.
And that indeed is down there in pit road is our anger management specialist, Mr. Adam Turner himself, all locked and loaded. And Adam, here we go once again, right down the road from Brandon Falls. Got ourselves Miles the Monster and here at Dover. And this thing is, man, this track's just going to be difficult. I could see some tempers really start to get heated up out there.
Oh, they're going to be mad. I've already got mad when I entered the palace here. This used to be a nice place, but all I see is like Ukrainian flags and then like a Chinese Communist Party flags here at this Dover, Delaware.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know. They just turned a whole nother leaf. It's like they almost sold the whole state out for another country. It's weird. But if we can get away from that and talk about the racing on the track, it's awesome racing. It's kind of like I guess the banking reminds me of Bristol, and it's like a double Bristol. I don't know. It's very fast. I know that. Getting your power out of 2 and 4 are going to be issues for these guys. That's what we need to watch. Tire wear is going to be insane here because of the temperature, and I'll get to the rules right now. 1 fast repair, 80% fuel, 3 sets of tires total. That's going to be a huge factor in a 150-mile race. 18 incident points, you'll get a penalty. 25 incident points, you'll be disqualified. And the last I checked, it was like 108. What is it now on the track? 110. Pretty hot, man.
That indeed it is. It's a very, very hot out there. Take a look here at tonight's race info. Beautiful weather being had. No real clouds in the sky, so rain not going to be a factor here tonight for these drivers. Bringing us down to tonight's key to the race. And man, you really want to stay away from those walls and not let that monster grab you. It doesn't matter where you are, whether you're in 2, you're in 4, and straightaways, or whatever have you, man. It's like that thing's got invisible arms that is going to reach out and try to grab you and slam you up into that wall.
Yeah, and it's not just the outside wall you got to worry about too, right, guys? It's the inside wall as well, and there's no runoff area. So, I mean, you're coming out of 2 or 4, and if you start to lose it there and you start to nose in towards that inside wall, you're going to hit it. So just brace yourself, get ready.
Yeah, it's super tight on both sides, all sides of the track, the front and the back stretch. That inside wall is, there's no grass runoff like everywhere else. This is close racing here. And I heard DW telling the league before the race, feather that throttle now. Y'all be careful. It's going to be, yeah. Well, you know these guys aren't going to. There's going to be some guys gunning for these playoffs, and might overcook it a little bit coming out of 2 or 4, and that's where we're going to see some party time, man. Maybe some fights and all kinds of stuff.
And that indeed. And speaking of these drivers finishing up qualifying and heading on down to their cars, so let's go ahead and tell everybody where their favorite driver is going to be starting here tonight with tonight's starting grid. Getting us started off will be the 315 of Zach Millett, getting that pole position. 66 Drew Blaze starting to his outside. No surprise there. Two of the quickest drivers we've seen, especially in the last couple of weeks. 00 Joe Bennett having a pretty good starting spot up there as well. He's going to have the one-legged wonder, Mr. DW himself, starting up there in 4th. Got the 9 of Tommy Welch having a pretty good starting spot tonight in 5th here, with the 45, the Mac Daddy Mark Collins, starting to his outside in 6th. The 32, Mr. Nick Biddy, trying to continue his good run of finishes here tonight. He's getting started in 7th, with the 05 of PJ Cox getting it started in 8th. 9th will be the X-Man himself, Justin Johnson, in the 10, getting a pretty good starting spot inside that top 10, with the gambler Paul Ferdiani in the 33, rounding out that field's top 10.
Road number 6 is going to look like this. The 2 of Scott Milner on the inside, and the 41 of Chris Goins to his outside. Joe David in the 6, and the 13 of Jonathan Hammond make up row number 7. Row number 8 is going to be the 64 Joe Hoggard, and the 79 of Jarrett Woodard. Stephen Wood in the 19, and the 48 of Skylar Harrod make up row number 9. And row number 10 is going to be Dana Shepard and AJ Evangelista. This is all going to change, though. Lots of EOLs out there today, there, Adam.
Yeah, so DW, Zach Millett, Hoggard, Howard, Biddy, Shepard, Boyd, Skylar, Harrod. They all had, now I don't know if all of them were in the race, but they all got EOLs. So I think that's why they were going to add another pace lap here to get everybody squared away.
Mark Collins doing some admin duties here tonight.
Very good. They're going to need it. It's going to get crazy. What's going on out there in the YouTube universe?
Well, got a
Anything
bunch
cool?
of folks that appreciate your patriotism and
Good.
a lot
I'm glad.
remember the Alamo out there, which is pretty
Oh
awesome.
man, heck yeah.
But yeah, big crowd out there. Ginger Parent's here, Daniel Parent, Derek Donna's here. Everybody, all of them, of course, pulled for Shepard out there, and DEP. Let's see, Josh Kelleher's out there, pulled for DEP. Derek Welch said, "Thanks for all the support here at NTRL. Thank you for the fans to come out and support their drivers." Angry Tacos Network is here as well. Earl Evans saying, "That's my anger management specialist." Talking about you there, buddy. Albert Anderson didn't make it home in time to race tonight, but he'll be here in spirit. Tom's here as well. Albert Anderson will be watching on the YouTube with the rest of us, it looks like.
Well, that'll be fun.
Over
Let's
under
have
for
some fun.
cautions is set at 10.5, huh? Okay.
Ooh. You know what?
I'm going to take the over on that, buddy.
I'm gonna take the under. I think we have
Okay.
I think we have a good chance of getting it underneath that.
I think we need to do a poll.
I'm sure Brown will do a poll at
If
some
the
point.
over under is 10.5. We'll see what we can do.
Got to find out, aren't we?
And that
Yeah.
we are, as the pace car peels off down onto pit lane, which means it's time to get up and running here for the first time here tonight. Entering that Geico restart zone goes the 00 and the 66, and here we go. Green flag racing here at Dover for the first time. Field send it on down into turns 1 and 2. Quickly single file here up at the front. 00 Joe Bennett out in front of the 66. The 66 trying to line up his target here and make a move, as meanwhile the 05 of PJ Cox going side by side here. Looked like with the 45 of Mark Collins, he's able to get that position away. The 19 of Stephen Woods trying to sneak under the 6 of Joe David out here. David having a pretty good run last night, trying to come up with a good finish here this evening. The 48 of Skylar Harrod as well, trying to pick and choose his lanes and make it on up and through.
So far, so good out there. Guys giving each other plenty of room. Not much contact going on out there. Everybody knows it's a long race, 150 laps they're going to try to get in here tonight.
Yeah, and we see this at Dover quite a bit where they'll single file out, but as the tire wear begins to happen, things start getting a little bit crazy. So right now it's kind of on schedule for a Dover race. Hoggard, I'm sorry, just past Joe David.
Yeah, 315 is
Action in the back.
Zach Millett is doing the same, trying to shuffle back on up through the field. 32 Nick Biddy as well, looking down low underneath the 6 machine. 13 of Jonathan Hammond as well, and the Hooters machine. Man, I wish we had a Hooters closer to us. I wouldn't mind going there for some beer and some wings, but nonetheless, unfortunately, small town USA is where I'm from.
Yeah, ours is garbage here. We have.
Well, they kind of lost their way, you know. I don't know what happened, but they're not as good as they used to be. Quality of food, what I'm talking about as well.
Yeah.
I'm talking about anything else. Service, you know, not quite as good. But whatever. I still
There's
do
one
like
in
their wings.
Texarkana that's pretty good.
Yeah, I still like their wings. Whatever. Wings are wings, man.
So we got ourselves some side-by-side going on here between the 05 and the 45. Mark Collins and PJ Cox racing it side-by-side with Justin Johnson right in front of him here. Looks like that outside lane working very well for the 45 machine. He's just able to get that nose out in front and finally get that back bumper clear, so he's going to get that position all back. You got the 41 of Chris Goins right now as well, fighting with the 19, the 48, and the 315 sitting right there behind them. Zach Millett, again, very, very quick driver, definitely trying to pick and choose and bob and weave his way up through all this traffic. Unfortunately, though, it's 2 wide, going 3 wide here for a quick second as he tries to make it on up. It's oh, man, it looked like the 48. Skylar Harrod might have got up into that outside wall, able to mitigate the damage there and bounce right back on off of it. But, yeah, it was definitely getting crowded out there.
Yeah, he just scraped it again there, the 48 car did, and lost a little bit of momentum there. But, yeah, it's very, very crowded to go 3 wide here. There's just not enough racing line out there.
Yeah, but the 315, this guy's awesome. Just keep your eye on him because he is just ripping through the field right now. Driving it like he stole it. Kind of like people have stolen things around from Delaware, you know? That's kind of a common theme here in this state.
Crime's
The thievery of all kinds of stuff, including positions in the government and everything.
A crime family? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, there's a crime family located in that state that I will report the facts.
Biddy and Hogger running side by side, both drivers trying to get back up through the field after that EOL, but both of them tried to battle each other first to see who can get cut up through the field here the quickest. But
Yeah.
they quickly went back single file here.
I think that guy's name is Robert L. Peters. Have you heard of this guy? Yeah, he's the newest part of that crime family. You might have to Google that one.
Never heard of her.
Yeah. Well, 2 wide still back here. Hoggard's making the best of it. He's ripping along.
And I mean, you can really see these guys just trying to make their moves quick. They don't want to stay side by side. As the 44 Dana Shepard tries to line up Skylar Harrod here and try to get around him. You got the one of the DW coming up behind the 19 of Stephen Wood. Again, this track not necessarily suited for the one machine who really can't use that left leg of his to ride on the brake. So he's just kind of driving one-legged here tonight. It's the 41 tries to sneak down low on the 32.
One-legged DW. I hope he gets a big payday. You know, I'd be calling one of them lawyers I see on the billboards if I was him. I don't know what really happened, but that's just me. You know, I'm one of those people.
That's the only thing we have on billboards down here. There's really not
I know.
anything else
Driving down to Houma, that's all you see from Lafayette to Houma. Oh Lord, they're bad down there.
Adam Strom has arrived at the track. He's on his way down to pit road there to see you there, buddy. He's got a couple cases of Schlitz and some wings to throw in the deep fryer. Tell the guys back there to get that thing turned on and get heated up.
Well, I can do that. I like me some Schlitz.
And then Ginger Parent says, hey, could y'all throw some of those wings up into the crowd? Lucky for y'all, I did bring my PVC potato gun. It's an air power one.
Shoot some wings with the potato gun?
Wings, yeah.
All right, that'd be fun. We'd probably get sued for that. Somebody get hit in the eye with a chicken wing and the sauce would burn their
I was going to say, let's make sure they're not too spicy now, because I could just see some excess sauce splatter in the crowd.
Tristan, there are no innocents.
Innocent people. I'm glad that everybody's here having fun. That's what we're here for. We like to have fun and watch iRacing. We do. Sometimes people complain about some of the stuff we get off topic, but that's just part of our little shtick, you know. We're glad that some of y'all enjoy it. We really enjoy the racing here at Numb Thumbs Racing League. And right now, when it's single filed out, sometimes we have to improvise, and that's what we do. So, disclaimer right there. How about that?
I was the #1 complainer, I think.
Yeah, you might be. Oh, man. Trying to find something fun on the track right now, but we are kind of just chugging along, which is good. We want to put these laps in early.
PJ Cox is getting a little bit of pressure from behind here, the driver of the AMCO transmissions machine. It's like Joe Hoggard looking inside there. We're seeing a lot of passing on the outside tonight, but Joe Hoggard trying to make it happen on the inside here around PJ Cox.
And that he is. Oh, and PJ Cox with a little bobble coming out of turn number 2 there. But it doesn't look like the 64 machine quite able to make advantage of that. You also got that 13 of Jonathan Hammond. He is peeking at this action going on. Just asking these guys, hey, move it along. There's more people that I need to pass as well. And they're just trying to pick and choose their way on up through this field. And that's been running pretty good. And normally at a track like this here, Mr. English, we typically see, you know, some yellow flags that people can hit their pit boxes in, and it's usually not too crazy. But tell the folks here, you know, pit road entry at a track like this, it is not easy whatsoever.
No, it's not. It's a really hard left turn there. It's 35 miles an hour. 35 miles an hour. That's like a school zone, boys. Yeah. These guys are going to have to get it back down in a hurry and way slow. Especially
when you're hitting that corner at about 160, you know, dialing it down like that, that's going to be tough, especially if we're green flag. Obviously, that would be the problem. Your tires will most likely be shot, and so that's going to be another issue as you're sliding into the pits. So you got to be super careful, and then blending in as well. That's where we could see some stuff happen.
I guess Tom was down there in Houma today.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Did he get on one of them helicopters out to the rigs?
I don't know.
Or was he just down there?
That's not too far from Dulac down there where your old fish camp was.
That's the fish camp.
Right up
the road. They
got
wiped out. Now it's in Cocodrie. But yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Upgrade.
Right up, 57? Dulac.
Yep. Oh, Dulac, that's a heck of a play. You want to do some fishing now, you get down there and do it. That's where it's at.
The intercoastal, yeah.
So much good
coastal
fishing.
Waterway.
Sportsman's paradise, they call Louisiana, and I believe it. I've lived it.
It's the 315. Zach Millets cruises on past the 00 Joe Bennett. Ooh, 00 looking a little slow here. I wonder if he got a little loosey-goosey, and some people are making advantage of it. Same thing as the 45 Mark Collins cruises right on by.
Yeah, I think that tire wear got him real good there. It's hard to save tires anywhere, but a track like this, it's about impossible.
Yeah, Hoggard hit the wall as well, and I think that was just a slippery tire situation. He's still ripping along. He just passed Justin Johnson in the Roman numeral 10.
Yes.
Which I do love that as a number, because it's very unique.
Confused you at first. You were very confused.
But he's got Lone Star Racing on the back of that thing. Well, it takes a few races for me to figure things out. A lot of cool paint schemes we'll talk about. Oh, Johnson's getting turned right now. Held it.
Able to
Okay.
keep it straight.
Wow.
That was on you, Turner.
No, the Hooters machine is the one that got him. I was just watching him. Yeah, Jonathan Hammond just touched him slightly. But look, man, they kept it going. No real harm, no foul. I don't think anybody's going to get super angry at that one.
Everybody able to
Oh,
continue to drive on here. It's the 13 out in front of the 1 machine. Starting to get under attack a little bit.
Tom says he lives down there on the Mississippi coast.
ooh, okay. Okay, I can get down with
Oh.
that. Yeah, down there in Biloxi or something. Some good people
There's
down
nice little beaches down there too.
there. Oh, yeah, that's great. Just a nice
you-
piece
what-
of America. Huh?
Looks like Albert Anderson said he's eating dinner with us, watching the race. What you eating down there, buddy?
Yeah, what's
Don't tell me wings.
What are we having? Besides Schlitz, I'm down for that, you know.
Man, you guys keep talking about Schlitz. You know, that was my dad would always reminisce about, you know, drinking the Schlitz and all that. But you also, my dad also, one of his first jobs he ever had was being a soda jerk. You know, so
Yeah,
You don't-
at the Five and Dime or the
yeah, I'm
pharmacy or whatever they used
Drugstore,
to.
yeah.
Drugstore, yeah.
don't know. I don't remember exactly where, but yeah, you know, you don't see that nowadays either.
Yeah.
No, the Schlitz, they brought it back, allegedly the original formula, so you can still get regular Schlitz.
They bring it back old style, but I was talking to a
I thought they
brewer
had
of mine.
old style. I thought
Well,
old
they-
style was still around.
I guess they're bringing it back, but with a new recipe, so
Okay.
they're screwing with it.
Ooh, 48 got a little loose there. Out of 2.
And that he
Saved
did.
it.
Thought the door was going to be open there as the 44 Dana Shepherd looks to the outside. Not quite able to make a quick move, but able to get the pass done nonetheless. 19 of Stephen Wood there next in line, trying to make that on up as the 005 of AJ Evangelista, one of their first takers, coming on down into pit road.
33 of Ferdiani in the wall there. 13 of Hammond gets around him.
And it was a kind of 3 wide there for a quick second.
Well, you only have 2 extra sets of tires here. Man, starting to get some traffic going with all this tire wear. 19, 48, 22.
And here on lap 35, so these drivers still have a little bit of a ways to go, about 15 more laps before really looking at maybe trying to take some tires here as my iRacing decides to be really slow, but it's okay.
Double O Joe. Yeah, I was 22. I meant the 33 there with Paul. Starting to get racy again, though, with the way this track is working out.
And 005 coming on out of the pits here. Still got some racing as the 32 of Nick Biddy out in front of the 41 of Chris Goins continues to have a pretty good run here. Joe Hoggard in the 64 machine trying to line on up the 9 of Tommy Welsh in the Mountain Dew machine.
Okay, Tom, he lives down on Highway 90 at Pass Christian down there,
Okay.
west of Gulfport.
He's in that humidity is what he's in.
Oh, man.
He's in it.
Nasty down there south of I-10.
Oh, I lived that life for a long time.
Oh, who else? You know, remember who else lives it? Old Red Stick Mike Simone.
Yeah, he's in Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
Baton Rouge, yeah.
He's a little, but it's still human there.
Oh yeah.
It's
Crazy.
Yeah, well, anything really south of that old Mason-Dixon line, man, that it starts getting hot and humid.
Yeah, pretty much. You just get used to it, you know. Living that life forever. It is what it is, you know. You survive. It's 108 probably right here, right now. I don't care. They got air conditioning.
Tom
I
Tom
don't care none.
Tom saying he's basketballs deep down in it.
Albert had him a homemade steak and cheese sub with the grilled onions. Well, heck, I'd like to have one of them.
Oh, you got to get those green peppers in there too, there, brother.
Do you put A1 on it or no? Is that like a faux pas?
No.
Oh, okay, I never had a real one.
I try to keep it to the traditional Philly style.
I've never done that.
Provolone, green peppers and onions.
I thought one of them did like cheese whiz.
It's
Oh,
just
God.
it's supposed to be like a melted, essentially a melted cheese whiz.
Yeah, I told you.
Oh no! No,
Yeah.
you lost me. You lost me at cheese whiz.
No, there's like a faction. There's two guys, Geno's, and there's another guy, right?
George's. Or
One-
something.
They have different cheeses, and that's what sets them apart. And they're on a corner from each other. Yeah, I just watched the documentary. Oh, we got a big crash up. Not a big one, but wow.
Yeah, big,
33 was involved in that.
yeah, definitely a big
41.
checkup at least as the 44 and the 19 get into some contact. 41, is he going around? Yes, he is. Ah, and that will bring out the first caution.
Yep, there you go.
But a nice,
Just
good
go.
long green flag run there for these drivers. Wait, take a look here and kind of see what happened to Chris Goins in that 41. Looks like he just got a little loosey-goosey coming off of turn number 4 as those tires started to wear on out. And a little left, a little bit of right, and then, ooh, even snags. Oh, the one of DW finished him on off, but snagged a piece of the 9 machine as well. And finds himself sitting down there on the apron.
And right before that, that was a separate incident. Then Ferdiani and the 44 of Shepard got into it.
I mean, it would look like it was going to be a big crash, but they held it together somehow.
Yeah,
I was watching that one.
I heard it on
Good.
the radio. I didn't get to see it.
Good driving, though, all the way around. I mean, we've made it this far with one caution. That's pretty good here. Here's my issue, though. We're at lap 43. You want to split this thing into thirds, I would assume, for tires. It's a little early to get tires right now, or are you just going to get them now and then push it as far as you can next time?
It's a little early now, but at the same time, you know, with this caution coming out when it has, it's kind of, I don't want to say forcing your hand a little bit, but
Yeah.
you know, normally we say whenever you get a freebie pit stop during the yellow, man, you should really take it. And I think that's what we were seeing here. A whole bunch of people coming on down onto pit road. 48 of Skylar Herod and the 33 Paul Ferdiani electing to not do so. Although it does look like the 33 machine might be looking at coming in this go around.
Would
And
it
they
be
did-
a good idea to come down and just fill up with fuel, not take tires, and just, you know, sacrifice track position? Just start in the back. You know, take your time coming out of the pits.
I don't think
just so. You're
so.
not holding up the field.
I think everybody that I've seen so far has taken 4 tires.
Okay.
We'll see what these guys that are in there right now do, but looks like everybody's taking them. And that's probably makes sense, right? Because we are under caution. That saves your tires a little bit.
Well, not only that, but I mean, you know, here on lap 45, we were expecting right around, you know, lap 50. 5 laps, you know, isn't a huge margin. You know, once when we start talking about 10, 15 laps, then it starts to get questionable. But when I only need one hand and I don't need to break out the other hand and maybe my feet, you know, for counting.
Nice. Yahtzee.
My goodness.
Yeah, it got quiet. I thought I lost everybody.
No, I was listening to Derek Welch explain something on the radio there about EOL's changes for next year. Drew Blaze so far with the fastest lap time here tonight at 23.308. Blazing fast, Drew Blaze. Out there in that 66 machine. Zach Millett in second place right now, so he worked his way up through the field pretty well there. Nick Biddy is up to 4th. DW up to 6. So a lot of these guys that got an EOL at the beginning of the race able to recover nicely.
And that indeed they have as the field starts to line back up 2 by 2 here.
Joe David manually disconnected from the race. Our first to do so here tonight.
Yeah, tracks like this, not everybody's cup of tea, and sometimes when it's a struggle fest out there, you just maybe not quite want to finish it on up and, you know, get in other people's way, because, you know, these guys, although they are competitors, they're very conscious of the fact that, yeah, you know what, I'm just holding people up.
Yeah, I feel that way about many road courses. Kelleher is convinced that Larry Mack would say definitely take those tires.
Oh, I'm sure he definitely would. As the 66 and the 315 line it on up, and we're going back to that green flag. 66 with a great restart there. Ooh, little slow on that outside lane. Looked like the one of TW having some problems getting that power down, but finally finds the gas pedal there. The 13 looking up underneath him here. Same thing with the 48 right behind him as the 9 of Tommy Welsh tucks into line right behind that 32 of Biddy, trying to go around the outside here of the 45 of Mark Collins.
New tires does not mean instant grip here, folks. Gotta let them warm up. Tires are not gonna help you out here at all.
Biddy also now trying to line up the 9 of Tommy Welsh here, looking towards the outside. Not quite able to get the run out of the corner just yet.
We talk about cautions breeding more cautions, but these guys got, single filed out there pretty quick.
Yeah, I think they all realized, you know, especially after that first run, like, all right, this isn't turning into a caution fest like we thought. We're gonna have to actually save a little bit here, and so I think that's for the most part everybody's mindset. I know we're seeing some passes here and there, like the 33 looking down low on the 19 right now, trying to bob and weave his way on up. Same thing as the 45 looks to get passed here by the 13 machine of Jonathan Hammond.
And not a lot of beat up cars out here, as we'd expect from a
short track race. These guys do have one fast repair, so the contact with the wall, I think, has been the biggest thing these drivers have faced, and not contact with each other.
Yeah,
On that right side there.
And they hadn't even ruined the Harbor Freight cars just yet. They're holding strong.
Well, not yet, but Alan can explain a little bit better. But these cars have accumulative damage, so I mean, if you scrape it enough small scrapes is going to cause you to break an A-arm or a ball joint or something in the front end, and you'll have one tire that's not pointed the right direction.
Is that a new part of the sim here?
Relatively new.
Wow. Knows what I know about it. I'm too busy doing my research, you know.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. You have to do that.
I got to bring the word to the people, you know.
Sure.
I'm not bringing the good word. I mean, I want to hear the guy that brings the good word. I'm just bringing the word, you know. I'm bringing the other stuff.
You're bringing the bird.
Yeah, that stuff.
Facts and truth.
Yeah.
That's
science.
315 is Zach Millett over there on Twitch at that S4 guy, trying to line up and getting a run here on the 66, battling for the lead. Even got a little wry smile on that face. He's having some fun out there.
Good. As they should be.
New York native. He definitely has put in some laps on iRacing. One of those guys, it really shows when he goes to any of these tracks. If it's got 4 wheels, he can drive it, and if it's got pavement on it, he can negotiate it.
Yeah, then he can also broadcast it while he's doing it, because he has that Twitch channel.
It's called multifaceted.
Yeah, he's doing it he's doing it all, you know. Pretty cool. I want a Twitch channel. How do I do one? Do I get one of those? And
Yeah.
what could I broadcast? You know, just me ranting about everything, like yelling at the world, for
Berating the listeners.
talking about lizard people and aliens. I don't think that people want to hear all that anymore. I think I've worn them out. No, I've worn Brown out.
32, Nick Biddy making his way around the 9 is Tommy Welch. Now, same thing with the 13 as we're going through. Ooh, got the 79 machine down there. Jarrett Woodard in the Fiji water going a lap down here and facing some heavy traffic.
Play a little squeeze play there.
Yeah, that was close.
Man, I'm telling you, we still need to get with DW over there about, you know, some of the guys that play that MLB baseball game or whatever. We can do a baseball broadcast, kind of like when we did the golf one.
Yeah, I could do a baseball.
Oh,
I
fun.
know a lot about baseball. I'm like a baseball guy, man.
I can do it.
Yeah,
I
that'd be fun.
need you to bring out the best Bob Euchre you could possibly bring out there.
Oh yeah, I mean, I grew up like seeing that guy in all the beer commercials and stuff. He was awesome.
Commercials too, yeah.
Yeah, I could do some Bob Euchre. I just got to start drinking a little earlier, you know.
Yeah. Jack Daniels.
Maybe do it like on a Saturday night, you know, when I'm real loose.
Lots of Crown will be flowing.
Yeah, but that would be fun. The Num Tums guys do a lot of cool, different stuff, and we're just happy to be a part of their crew, man. We're squatted up with the Num Tums.
As soon as MLB The Show goes to PC, I'm in.
You just don't want to buy that extra.
No, I don't want an Xbox.
Well, I thought they were only on PlayStation. Have they changed that?
They're a PlayStation and Xbox now, I believe.
I don't need anything else.
See, that's disappointing. Yeah, one of these days.
All right, Hammond's getting around Biddy, looks like. I don't know if that's for position or not.
Oh, it is. Oh, it's a 13, loses it coming off of the corner, able to snag the save, but he's going to lose a couple positions of that hard work he's been putting in there.
Every time I say somebody's name tonight, they do something happens. I'm done. Because that wasn't really my fault, but I'm starting to feel bad. Maybe I'm the problem here.
You're the curse.
Yeah.
Curses.
You got to head down there with English and Tom Tom and go see Marie Laveau.
Oh. I think I've seen her a few times and didn't work out well.
What machine?
There's some kind of procedure you got to do at her grave there.
Yeah.
To request wishes.
I never have. I did, speaking of Marie Laveau, there was this girl, you know, in my life. It was like one of them black magic Santeria things. You know what I'm talking about, English. It really did get me, and that might be my problem. I haven't gotten out of that curse just yet. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, you mean
It's very similar to Louisiana style.
Like in holes, you haven't taken a pig up to the top of a mountain or something yet?
No, I haven't done what I needed to do to get out of that curse. Problem. It was worth it, though. I mean, it was a good time.
Yeah.
A lot of good memories. Till there wasn't.
Yeah.
Who did that song? The Black Magic Woman song. I forget who did that.
Is that Santana?
Might have been.
Yeah, I think so.
Sounds right.
Like I can hear the guitar riff now and just man, good song.
They call it brujeria down there. I don't know if you know. It's a dangerous thing.
Day Witch. Yep.
But it's all right. I think I've recovered. It's been quite a time. Trying my best. I'm at least involved with you guys, and something positive's happening here at iRacing, you know?
Yeah, I mean, could have been like our good buddy there, Mr. Michelob Gray, you know, who was making deals, you know, with Methuselah, basically.
Yeah.
Way back in the day.
I sure hope he's out of county by now. Miss old Richard. Yeah, that's all right. He'll make a comeback. The good ones always do.
Maybe the possum will help pull him through it.
I thought he had a raccoon.
No, it's a possum.
Oh,
Oh, it might have been his wife's. I don't know.
Oh, there it is. Thank you, Tristan. I forgot. Like I remember the story and about having like someone having to drag like a pig or a goat or something to the top of a mountain.
yeah.
But it's like, nah, Madame Zeroni had to drink from the water.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Double O.
really good.
Oh, woof.
Get a little
Yeah.
one of those tight loose situations coming out of that corner.
Kind of snapped around on in there.
There's a lot of that here. That tight loose. Look right in front of him in the 9. Same thing.
And Tommy Welch, little bobbing and weaving there, able to still hang on to that position though, but he's got some traffic behind him in the 41 and the 13, 41 laps down, or 41, a couple laps down, not 41 laps down. Double O Joe Bennett in that same situation, about a lap down here. Actually kind of fighting it out with the 41 machine. Who's going to get the lucky dog spot here? Lap 72 out of 150. We're cruising up on halfway here, fellas.
Damn near.
Really clean race. I took the under. I don't know if y'all know that.
I know. It's on tape.
But I
We
don't know
heard you.
why.
All right, it's on tape. Roll that tape, you know.
Were you
Look,
supposed to roll that beautiful bean?
yeah. It was. Then I started thinking nobody's gonna know what
Yeah.
I'm talking about there. The dog that talked. Remember that dog? Beans, Bush's beans, or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool.
Those were great commercials.
Okay, so I wasn't too far off track. Double O Joe is having a tough time. He's letting people by, I think.
Ooh. Tommy Welch down to the inside wall there. Got another slip there coming out of the corner. Letting a whole bunch of traffic squeeze by him here.
Well, these guys are in for a little bit different kind of race next week, boys. We want to do a little preview on that.
Sure. They're heading to Watkins Glen.
Watkins Glen, my favorite road course.
It is a fun one.
It's got a little bit of everything. I love that track. Love the carousel. Love coming out of the carousel just as fast as I can. Using up all the track on the exit, going all the way to the edge of the grass there. That's the most satisfying thing about that track. It's coming out carousel just about sideways.
I love like turn 1 and just not realizing where I am and trying to murder myself into the through the gravel into the wall.
Using other people as brakes.
Yeah. It is a fun course though for the right turn stuff. Oh, somebody's really loose in the wall. That was Tommy Welch.
You also got Ferdiani down into the infield grass. First time we've seen anyone go way down there.
You're suffering out there for sure on this set of quickly aging tires.
Yeah, the temperature is still 109, so that's not helping. Track temperature. Well, so far rocking along though. So we'll have 3 races left after this for the playoffs, I believe, Brown. Watkins Glen, Daytona, and then Atlanta. I think that's a good mix of different tracks, including this one here at Dover.
Is it the new Atlanta? Probably.
I don't know that.
If it's not listed, it's probably new Atlanta then.
I would assume.
What do we do when we assume? You remember that?
Oh yeah, you make an ass out of you and me. I know. I've done it a million times.
It's on the Bad News Bears too, man.
Was that when they went to Houston or the first one?
I wrote it on. No, it's the first one.
with
Wrote it
Walter
on-
Matthau.
Yeah, Walter Matthau wrote it.
God, it was so good.
Tristan
always want-
Cockpit, you'll see the 7 back out on the track for Daytona. Well, why ain't you here tonight, man?
Yeah.
Where you at?
What happened? You just didn't want to join us? You probably
Got
could have
scarred.
been. Maybe he's didn't want to.
Maybe he's
give-
in county.
He could be a county. He might not want to visit this state because it's
Yeah, that's true.
kind of like you got a criminal element right now. I don't know. Could be any reason.
Ooh, slipping and sliding for both the 48 and the 79. So we were riding there with the 79 and Jarrett Woodard, and right in front of him, we saw the 48 machine start to kind of lose it coming out of turn number 2 there himself. But able to snag it back around. About 15 more laps away from seeing another round of pit stops here.
Drivers with a handful of wheel there, sawing on that thing. Trying to keep the nose pointed in the right direction.
Yeah, it's
Trying
definitely
to keep
tough.
the front wheels in front of the back wheels.
I think this is the track that I ran the front right down to 0 and blew the tire. Definitely a
Believe
place
it's
you can
probably
do it.
that. Oh, yeah.
What do they call that statue they got over here? They call it, what is
Miles.
it? Monster
Miles.
Mile?
Miles the Monster, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the track's the Monster Mile. And Miles is the name of the monster. Say that 10 times fast.
No, prefer not.
Tristan said he's just taking some downtime.
Ooh.
The next
9 machine, after being hard into the inside wall, he's going to... Oh, and that will bring out the caution. He tried to get it going and get it out of the way, just couldn't make any forward progress there.
Yeah, the front clip was sitting in the middle of the track.
lap.
And 9 slipping and sliding coming out of turn number 4. Hard into the outside wall. Hard into the inside wall. Oh, man. Yeah, you can just see those Harbor Freight zip ties not able to hold that thing together anymore.
Those are strong, too. I use them on everything.
We're on track to have a caution about every 42 laps here.
Well,
Count-
that's not
don't
not
count the
bad.
laps in between, yeah.
That's not bad, but now you're in a real dilemma because you only have one set of tires left for, I think, pretty much everybody.
Pretty much everybody, and we're, 10 laps away from, the 50 lap point. And yeah, what it seems like, right around, the lap 35 to lap 40 is when these people starting to get a little loose and the tires not wanting to stick anymore.
Pretty sure I'd want tires like at every 15 laps here.
Well, that's also, you kind of sound like Jimmy puts on 2 laps and it's like, all right, new set.
Yeah. Well, I drive like him. It's not very good. That's why I'm retired. I'm here in the booth with y'all.
Yes,
It's more fun this way. I don't have the stress.
it's
I
true.
don't have anybody screaming at me that I was an idiot and I ruined their day.
You don't
Well,
have to worry about your teammate wrecking you.
that happens too.
And
Pocono. I do remember that one. I'm going to let it go, though. It's a new me.
okay,
I think I'm over that.
all right. It's just fun to see the smoke and stuff as you slid up the track and smacked the wall. And I said, "Oh, I'm sorry," I didn't mean it.
I didn't think so. That's why I have given you a hard time for so long.
Yeah, but it's the new you. You're not mad about it anymore.
No, I don't care. It doesn't matter to me.
Cool.
I mean, he just crashed me in turn 2. Tunnel turn at Pocono. No big
I was
deal.
laughing so hard too off the, without pushing down on the button.
I'm sure you did it on purpose.
Oh,
I
so-
already know. Just wanted to see if I could handle the corner. Getting hit at 190 miles an hour.
Why am I going to use my brakes when I can just bump against you?
Right.
That's kind of the plan.
That's why
I can't lie about that anymore. That was a complete accident.
That's why I'm in the booth. I can't race anymore. Retired.
You were injured permanently.
Yeah. Mentally.
Papa Joe Bennett out there pulling for 00 saying, "Let's go 00 Joe." He's got his work cut out for him here tonight, don't he? One lap down in 13th spot. He's got to fight some of these guys to get back on the lead lap here. He wants that lucky dog if we get another caution anytime soon.
I just want you guys to know that I love you both so much that there's almost no way that I'd use you for bait during a zombie apocalypse.
Well, I mean, if we're all running from some and we're getting tired, you know, somebody's getting kicked in the knee.
Why?
So the zombies eat the person that falls, and the other two can get away.
Well, I wouldn't do that to you. You know, I mean, come on.
Well, I'm gonna say that I wouldn't do it to you, but I mean,
I'd probably just save that for, like
just
one of
lay
my
down?
dogs or something, Just, hey,
that's not
Bob, take a knee here. Chill. Let the zombies get you so I can get away.
that wasn't an option. This is a moral question.
Yeah. I'm gonna fight.
You gonna fight them?
Yeah, I'm fighting.
I'll try to distract them. I'll run a different direction.
I mean, it almost feels like, just being a regular American these days, you're fighting a zombie apocalypse of the United States government and all the nonsense that's going on, all the criminality and everything. Thank God we got racing here, Brown.
And thank God we do, as we're getting ready to head on back to the green flag. We're going to have the 32 and the 45 electing to not come on down pit road this last time, getting us started on off here. So this is going to be interesting. Some new tires, some old tires. We got a whole mix of things happening here tonight as the 32 gets off the line pretty well. The 45 kind of same thing, just not quite able to hold up to that speed as the 05 and the 13 go side by side. Same thing with the 66 Drew Blaze, trying to pick and choose and weave his way up through this field. Looks like Blaze maybe just a fuel-only stop or something here. Is relatively a quick pit time, whereas the 315 Zach Millett did take a full set of tires.
Maybe time to do the opposite, and try to bank a set of tires for later. Might not be a bad idea. Yellow's out again here.
Did not see what happened there.
Ooh, AJ Evangelista having a little bit of a problem down there.
Caution number 3.
Kind of see what happened here. Looked like he might have got a little loose coming off of the corner. Yep. Oh, and yeah, just straight back across the bumper of the 64. Spinning the 005 around.
Would that be your cold tire deal right there? I think it kind of would.
I think it's possible. Definitely a possibility here, as looks like the 32 is going to make use of this caution here. Come on down into pit road. Skylar Herod as well, trickling on down. While these guys hit their pit boxes and kind of cruise around here for some pace laps, let's go ahead and take a quick step aside and say a big thank you to our fantastic sponsors and come back when we're about ready to head to the green flag once again. Speeding and banging with the 42. The 42 goes down low. And welcome back as we get everybody all lined up side by side, ready to head on to the green flag here once again. Gonna have the 45 and the 66 lining on up side by side. Same thing, 05 and the 315, 13 and the 10 as well, with the 32, the 1, the 9, and the 48 making up your current top 10 right now. Everybody locked and loaded and ready to go. Currently, our first car lap down is Chris Goins in the 41, 44, Dana Shepard, and the 00 of Joe Bennett, as well as the 2 of Scott Milner, going to be fighting for that lucky dog position.
Exciting restart here. Starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel here in this race. Thirds of the way through here.
As the pace car peels off down onto pit road, which means it's time for the field to pace itself along and get up to that Geico restart zone, where the 45 and the 66 getting it all restarted here once again with the green flag coming on out here at Dover. Side by side, the field shuffles and bustles its way down into turns 1 and 2. The 66 with a great restart there, and possibly some at least maybe some fresher rubber there, maybe taking 2 tires here, able to get out in front of the 45. 315, and Zach Millett able to drive right on through there as well, as the 10 machine of Justin Johnson battles with the 1, and now trying to line up the 05 of PJ Cox, as the 13 almost gets down into the 1 machine. A little bobble there, as the 64 as well fighting and clawing his way back up through the field.
These guys battling it out hard here. Just going to get more aggressive here as we approach the end of this race here.
Playoff points, all that's mattering a lot more here as we come down the home stretch for this season. The inaugural Next Gen Cup Series.
Yeah, the 1 and the 32 are kind of ripping through the field right now a little bit. They cleared some of that action and on to the next one.
Yeah, but it's still some side-by-side. 64 lining up underneath the 10 of Justin Johnson. You got also the 13 machine up on the high side here, trying to work his magic around the 00 of Joe Bennett, who's trying to maybe get his lap back the hard way here.
At Martin Sports' website, martinsports906.com. Do all kinds of cool stuff. Very, very good website. Jerseys and stuff that they can do. Very, very cool stuff.
You could use a AAA jersey. Be cool. Look at Jarrett Woodard is having a tough night. Lone Canadian out there. But he's still out there putting in the laps. So good on Jarrett.
That he is, as right behind him comes up some of the rest of the field. 48 of Skylar Harrod. You got the 13 there, as well as the 05 PJ Cox trying to shuffle their way on through. 64 looking down low on the 45 of Mark Collins. Able to do so. Jonathan Hammond now under attack from the 48 of Skylar Harrod.
Low 5 makes a pass on the X machine on the outside line there. Outside line. This is one of the only tracks you see people using that outside line to pass. The added benefit of maybe saving a little bit of tires as well, riding up high like that.
Yeah, just a little bit. They're almost diamonding the corner, right? As a lot of these guys are. Well, wouldn't call it that. They're riding more in the middle, most of them, not all the way up on the wall.
Mark Collins looking pretty good out there. Looking pretty sporty tonight, says Albert Anderson. Having a good run. Dylan Bryant says, go DW. Look at him right there in 4th. And Ginger Parent pulling for Shepard out there. Saying, come on, Shepard, still got some left turns to go. Make something happen out there.
I don't know how BW is just running with one leg. That's tough. Playing through the pain.
He might have some kind of device to help him shift or something. I'm not really sure. They have one of his kiddos down there on the floor saying, "All right, give me full brake in 3, 2, 1, crank."
That would be pretty interesting if that was the case. That's kind of like the orangutan and any which way but loose.
Yeah, left turn, Clyde.
Yeah. This is a good Clint Eastwood movie. It wasn't great or anything.
It's entertaining. It was funny.
Yeah. Anytime you can put like an orangutan and make him like a chauffeur of your car or drive your car or hang out in the car with you, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, the bare knuckle boxing matches at truck stops.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Josh Kelleher is with the question out there saying, "Hey, is anybody here into conspiracy theories?"
Oh no, he's trying to get me riled up. See, I'm trying to calm down. I don't want to be bad for the brand.
That's true.
I'm trying to save all this for the podcast that
I don't
we
want to
have
have to sanction you.
not fully developed, but it's in the works. I do know this, that lady from Dallas was a saint. She saved that plane from crashing. She's basically a national hero in that scenario. She saw what was probably an anomaly in the back of the plane, and she let everybody know. So
Saw someone that wasn't real. That's what she
yeah,
said.
with their eyes, they don't blink up and down; they blink side to side.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, you have to be careful with those. Almost like a shapeshifter, you know.
They have like an alligator eyeball where it's got the
Mm-hmm.
two eyelids.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Food for thought.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I like to think of it that way.
Yeah, sure.
Everybody's entitled to their own opinions here.
I'm not attacking.
My opinion is not the opinion of AAA Broadcast also.
or its sponsors or league.
No. Woodard had another little problem there, and he's just hanging on for dear life in that BG's Earth's finest water machine. Do you think that is the finest water, or do you think there's
Sure.
other water?
I mean, he lives in Canada. I know that they've got some great water up there, all the snow runoff water and stuff. I mean,
but this is Fiji. It's not Canada.
Fiji's a brand name.
Where does the water come from?
The ocean.
Do you think they've poisoned it like the rest of our food?
No, they might like reverse osmosis that water out of the ocean or something. I don't know. What's it called? A desalinization plant where they take the salt water out,
Yep.
Yeah,
or take the salt out of the water?
of course. Get the
Oh,
big
how it
brains on English.
I don't know how it works. It's witchcraft. Kind of wizardry.
I think it's like sunshine and salt water. I think that's how it works.
Rainbows and unicorns and magic leprechauns.
Love me a good leprechaun.
Well, how about this?
Save us, please. Thank you.
One of DW out in front of the 315 is Zach Millett. Drew Blaze kind of falling backwards here just a little bit as the 32 and Nick Biddy joins up there in that top 364. Joe Hoggard also making his way on through here. So I think pit strategy's coming on down to it. Maybe some of these guys trying to save a little bit more of those tires.
Yeah, I think a lot of these guys still going to have to come down for maybe a splash and go.
But almost everybody, minus Drew Blaze and Justin Johnson, are done with tires. They've had their last set on. So that'll be something to watch too.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah, Ferdiani down into the pits. The two of Scott Milner trying to catch on up to the 41 of Chris Goins here. Is the answer for you, Josh Kelleher, is needs more aluminum foil.
Yeah.
No, I know the answer to this one. Buzz Aldrin told us. You know, it was all a facade. So,
What?
well, the moon landing and thing. You know, we couldn't take video up there. That thing didn't work like that.
Well, did you see what the Ruskies trying to do? They said they were trying to land something on the moon, but something crashed in the moon. I think they were trying to blow up the moon.
Why would they want to blow up the moon? They're probably digging for gold or something up there.
Ah, maybe.
Probably something super valuable up there.
They want to
Yeah.
mount a laser on it. I think that's what they're trying
Yeah,
to do.
the moon was the moon landing was a psyop by the organization that starts with a C, ends with an A, and has an I in it. I mean, there was a lot going on back then, and then we got a lot going on now. That's a psyop right now. They're trying to attack your brain right now and feed you full of disinformation, fake information. Look at the shiny object information. So stay on focus, stay on point, read through the lines. That's all I'm going to tell you right here. Just because it's on TV or the internet doesn't mean it's true. Ask Fauci.
Kelleher's on his way to get some aluminum foil right now at Target.
But make sure you get the strong stuff. I tend to believe that's better, like the barbecue
It is.
foil.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thick stuff. I use that all the time.
And it'll cut you too. I cut myself with it.
Yeah. Probably
Edges
puts
are sharp. You gotta be careful.
bad chemicals into your.
I'm
system.
pretty sure I'm gonna get lockjaw.
Be careful with that.
Freaking tetanus. It's a terrible disease. Yeah, he said, when are we gonna go back and get the camera person that was operating the camera when they blasted off from the moon to go back to the Earth? Yeah, when the camera panned up and watched the,
Yeah.
and it looked like it was dangling back and forth, like it was.
A lot of
being put up
questions.
on a
I-
wind or
yeah,
something.
yeah. A lot of questions.
You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, I'm aware.
It just didn't look. It didn't look like it was under its own power. It just looked like it was dangling back and forth on a rope or something.
Yeah, and then the flag was waving when it shouldn't have been, and the sun would have allegedly have beat the paint off the flag.
I think it's called Reynolds Heavy Duty. But yeah, it's good for barbecue.
I go with HEB barbecue style aluminum foil.
He might not have HEB where you live.
Well, I think it's just Reynolds. They're the
Yeah.
conglomerate. They used to have a plant there in Port Aransas. I don't know if they still do.
So 315, Zach Millett chasing down the 1 of DW here, battling for the race lead. You also got Jonathan Hammond in the 13 trying to chase down that 10 of Justin Johnson here. So a couple good battles with about 24 laps left to go.
It's winding on down.
Yeah.
Well, if it's winded on down, it means it's time to turn it on up as the 79 sneaks himself into the outside wall just a little bit as some of this traffic's trying to make his way around him here. 315, maybe kind of missed time in the corner and misjudging some stuff, loses a little bit of ground to the one machine here. Where Stephen Wood is now trying to get up to that back bumper of the 05 of PJ Cox as well, up inside of this top 10.
Dana Shepard manually disconnected. He is our second driver to throw in the towel here tonight. Driver of the 44. Still got 9 cars on the lead lap, it looks like.
Hey,
Jonathan Hammond being your lucky dog here so far.
Collins and Cox making their way on in.
Rotation has begun.
As 315 looks down low on that one machine, takes back the lead.
It's a matter of time before he got back up in front.
Hammond just called out his pits. So did Gomes.
Yep.
All right, we can see some issues here with the blend in after all this.
Oh, we most definitely
said,
can. Oh, it was a 41 locking him up. Ooh, that was aggressive to get down there on pit road. Normally we see
Well,
people, make their way on kind of like the apron around the corner, but he waited until, turn number 4 to send it.
Surprised he did not get the penalty there, but got it back down.
somebody missed the pits, it looked like.
Uh-oh.
I didn't catch who that was. Didn't hurt anything, though.
Meanwhile,
So far tonight,
go
ahead.
for it. No, go for it.
I was going to say, Skylar Herod, so far your hard charger of the race, as it stands right now. That could change here, but he's up 12 spots in 6th position.
Yeah, someone who's trying to change that is the 64 Joe Hoggard, trying to hunt down that 32 of Nick Biddy right now.
Jonathan Hammond, black flag, the 13, speeding. Under green, too. That sucks.
Hammond did that Hooters machine, man. He's been having a pretty good run here tonight. Definitely making some noise. Unfortunately, a little error there on pit road.
Yeah, they're going to hold him for a while down there. Yeah, that one hurts. Fewer and fewer cars on the lead lap as Zach Millett continues to run out there, and guys are coming down to pit. Down to 6 cars on the lead lap now. I suspect that number's going to get even lower here in the next few laps.
Well, at some point, it'll work its way back to normal, I think. If I can do the math correctly.
I don't know how if he's really milking it. I still don't think he can make it on fuel. I mean, lap 87. I don't think there's no way.
Not unless he's got that, like, where he puts the fuel in the roll bar.
The roll cage, yeah.
And then maybe he has like what everybody thinks is a couple extra gallons of water in this car, but it's really just another way to get fuel into it.
Yeah.
I think he's going to have to come down.
It's got excuse me, about 13 laps left. Goodness. As 32 chasing down the 64 back, trying to get back up onto that podium spot.
Josh Kelleher saying, yeah, Utah's a little bit weird. We don't have Hellman's. We have Best Foods. Says west of the Rockies, it's known for Best Foods. Right of the Rockies, it's Hellman's. Same company. Huh. Strange. Thanks, everybody, for joining us over there in the YouTube chat and everybody out there watching. Still got a bunch of people watching the live stream out there. If you like what you see out there tonight, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell to be notified when we go live. Follow the reason why we do this. Trying to help these sponsors out that are paying to watch this racing so you don't have to. On just about 10 to go here, isn't it? Oh, less than that now.
And that indeed is a 13. Looks to the inside of the 48 there. Not for position, just trying to get some laps back here, as he had already made his way past the 005 of AJ Evangelista.
Yeah, I'm with you, Josh. I spent a lot of time in Utah during my Air Force career. And see some stuff there you don't see anywhere else.
I spent like 2 hours that felt like a weekend at the airport bar one time.
The one at the base of the escalator that goes up to like another level. There's a bar right there.
I don't. It's been so
I don't remember
long
what
ago.
gate- What terminal that is?
And it was hell. It was like a Sunday, and I was trying to get a couple cold ones. You know, I think I had to pay the tax man. Had all the dry laws and all that stuff going on back then. Always got to pay the tax man.
It's a beautiful country out there in Utah.
Oh, it is gorgeous. Yeah. Ooh, the X-Man just
Oh man,
dipped down.
hit the
Johnson.
inside wall pretty hard.
Yeah, he did.
Still green here. Let's see if we can finish this thing under green.
And about 6 laps left to go. And with that being said, I'm pretty sure for the 10.5 under betters there, you have your bet is pretty much locked on in.
Yeah, I blew that one up, didn't I?
I won.
Wrong. I was off by a lot of cautions.
Well, don't feel bad. The bookie setting the odds didn't do a good job of estimating neither. So
Yeah, well, it's really a guessing game anyway. This league is very clean, though. I think that speaks to the lack of cautions here tonight. Speaks to how well these guys race each other and how much practice they put in. It's hard work trying to learn these tracks and all, and I think Josh Keller says there's a lot of beer out there in Utah. You'd be surprised now.
Yeah, there wasn't then. I'm sure it's changed. But never understood those. We called them the blue laws.
Yeah, that's what they call them in North Dakota too.
Did they?
Walmart was shut down until noon on Sunday.
Crazy.
A super Walmart, a 24-hour Walmart.
Yeah, no more.
A little different.
I mean, we're getting rid of God and every God and country. I mean, you can't have blue laws getting away. Which I'm actually in favor of, being able to have accessible cold ones on a Sunday morning if I want. You know, that's just me.
Zach Millet's
Personal
in
preference.
cruise control mode here.
Yeah,
He's,
he
he's
sure
just-
is.
he's telling everybody else, hey man, I'm just riding around in eco mode. Trying to save some fuel and make it to the end here.
as he comes back across the line, white flag is out. So final time for these drivers as he's gonna sit in behind that 48 of Skylar Harrod and almost lap the field up to up through sixth. Here's the 315, makes his way on out of turn number 4, picking up tonight's race win. The one DW almost chased him down a little bit there, but gave him a little good shot there. Moving on up into second, 64 Joe Hoggard with a fantastic run here tonight as well, finding his way back up onto a podium. It's been a hot minute since we talked to Joe Hoggard.
Yeah, it has. It's been a long time.
Yeah, Joe had a nice race. What a real nice race.
We talked about this going to be a tire race all the way, but it ended up being a fuel saving race.
Yeah, but while you're saving fuel, you're saving tires too.
True.
Kind of a combo deal. But I'm surprised they made it with fuel. It happened. Good job.
So 315 machine burns them on down.
Great little burnout there.
They did it.
Till he's done it a few times.
Oh yeah, well, it's also impressive because it's tight down there. There's not a lot of room between the walls, and he's getting that thing spun around really good.
Everybody on that S4 guy on Twitch getting to watch it. They get a first person view of it there as they ride along with Zach Millet. Driver of that Chevrolet Camaro.
As we wait for these drivers to jump on up to the Podium channel here and get some of these interviews underway. And speaking of, here we go. Got ourselves one of these drivers coming on up right now, and it's going to be the 64 of Mr. Joe Hogger, tied for the hardest charger of the race here this evening, up 12 spots, picking up a third place finish. And Joe, it's been a minute since we talked to you here, buddy. Glad to have you back on up onto this podium there.
I'm either stupid or a genius, because the strategy is the only reason I'm where I am right now. I did not take, I don't know if you guys noticed, I did not take tires that first caution.
You banked a set.
Yeah, I did, because I was hoping that somewhere with like 50 to 70 to go, another caution would come out and everybody would burn that last set, and I would be sitting on one set of tires if there was a caution with 25, 30 to go, so I could just cruise on to victory. So it actually worked out in my favor because there wasn't a caution, because I was on fresh tires where half the field didn't take tires, and I was able to just drive back up through the field, and that's why me, Zach, and Derek are on the podium right now, frankly, because we were the ones that took tires and just took off. Nick Biddy too. I mean, I was racing with him really hard, trying to make sure that I was able to save my tires and get to him and get around, and he did not make it easy. It was like I said, I'm either stupid or a genius.
It might be a little bit of mix of both. Kind of depends week to week with me, but yeah, man, great job out there in that Mobile One Ford Mustang. And talk a little bit about next week. You guys headed to my favorite road course, Watkins Glen. Is that one you enjoy racing as much as we do?
I love Watkins Glen. I know, like from last season, that was my strong point. I got 2 of my wins on road courses last year. But from everything that I'm seeing, I'm sure Drew, Zach, maybe a couple others that I'm not even sure about are also going to be good on road courses. So I don't think this is going to be a walk in the park. I wouldn't say last year was a walk in the park racing Ryan Pandisio, but it definitely is going to be more of a challenge this year because I just don't know how good these people are on road courses. But I'm looking forward to it. It's if you take away Daytona road course, this is my favorite road course at Watkins, so crossing my fingers.
Well, we can't wait for it next week. That is our favorite road course, at least English and myself. We love it up there at Watkins Glen. Good job tonight running through this field. Really nice race you had, and really nice race everybody had here tonight.
Yeah,
clean.
I'm honestly very happy with how it went, considering how hard these cars were to drive.
Yeah, who'd you like to give some shout outs to?
DEP, always sponsoring my car, consistently making me new paints. You guys putting on a broadcast here, and Derek and company putting on the league consistently. That was a hell of a race.
Well, man, go ahead, go and catch your breath and relax a little bit with that great finish here tonight, finishing on up in third, the 64, Mr. Joe Hoggard. Man, congratulations and good luck next week over there at the Glen there, buddy.
You guys have a good night.
As we move on up one of these steps of the podium, we'll head on and talk to tonight's second place finisher and the one-legged wonder, Mr. DW, working those pedals well here tonight, finding his way on up into second. DW, it was a pretty good race, pretty good fights, and you made your way on up there and found yourself with a great finish.
Yeah, at the beginning right there, I was taking it really easy. Like, I got behind Mark, my teammate, and I said, "Mark, run your own line. I'm not trying to get top 3. I just want a good race tonight. I'm tired of struggling, just staying in the playoffs by inch." And I got behind Mark, and I said, "I'm not just saving tires. I'm saving a leg here, so I won't be getting it all in pain later in the race like I've been doing ever since I had this injury." But we pitted, me and Zach took tires on that last pit stop right there, and both of us, was hoping no caution came out, and it played in our favor right there, and thank God it did. And Zach let me lead right there a little bit. I thought I was doing something until he flew right back by me again, but it's all good.
Well, you held your own out there in that number 1 Toyota, and the pit strategy it came back. It helped some guys, it hurt some guys, but we thought maybe, just maybe, you might get to Zach's back bumper there before the end. But he said it on the radio. I'm sure y'all heard it as well. That, I'm just riding around. I'm just on cruise control. I'm in eco mode, trying to save some fuel out here, and couldn't quite get it done. But great job on picking up the second place here tonight.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I was about to go over the radio and say, "Hey, Skylar, Rick, I won't penalize you, I promise." I order like a beef, so I did do it. But yeah, it was fun one night. Like y'all know, I like these kind of courses. But racing against Zach, Drew, Joe, it's you gotta be a whole nother level. Race against them guys, and I enjoy racing against guys like that because it only makes you better. So that's what I enjoy about it.
Yeah, well, you're doing it out there with like an injury, so that's even harder. But what about next week for you? That seems like it's going to be hard turning right with all the injuries you have. And who would you like to give some shout outs to, DW?
Well, next week it's not as bad. My foot's not as bad, and it's I think it's all right. I did some driving with the Lone Star crew the other day in the trucks because their trucks is going to Watkins Glen, but I did all right. My foot wasn't that bad. So these next year's a little bit easier to handle, I think, on road courses. So I should be all right. But shout out to my teammate, Mark, Thomas, Scott. Shout out to None Thumbs Game and shout out to DEP Graphics for all the cars he paints for me. Sim Gear Central, Track Bar Media, Martin Sports. If it wasn't for them, our league wouldn't be as good as it's going. And also thanks to y'all for putting a hell of a broadcast on each and every week.
Thanks, brother.
Awesome, man. Well, big congratulations to that one machine, Mr. DW, picking up that second place finish here tonight, man. Congratulations. Good luck next week at the Glen, man, and can't wait to see you guys back out here in action again next week.
Thank you.
And with that, we move on up to tonight's race winner. And you already know him, the famous Mr. 315 of Zach Millett, driving his way, picking up the victory here tonight. And it's all smiles in that car here. And you even were cracking some smiles there. I know when kind of in the mid-race, we were following you around, chasing down that 66 Drew Blaze, even cracking a little bit of a smile, all having some fun out there.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, tonight was awesome, man. It was a great race. We had a bunch of clean drivers out on track. A couple long runs there. Everybody was giving each other a ton of room. And yeah, it came down to like a 50-50 shot there at the end. It was either get a long run, keep it till the checkered, or caution would come out, and I would be in big trouble. So I'm glad it worked out.
Yeah, glad it fell your way, but win, lose, or draw. I mean, after starting in the back here tonight and watching you drive that Chevy Camaro up through the field the way you do so masterfully every week, it's just been a blast watching you this season. And a couple more races to go next week. Of course, Watkins Glen, our favorite road course to watch here. Is it one of your favorite road courses? And what do you think about going to the Glen?
Well, I don't know if you can see it through the camera, but these raccoon eyes, that's actually from the real Watkins Glen. We just got back last night at about 1 o'clock in the morning. So it's my favorite place on earth, real life and in the sim. So awesome. It's I love racing these cars there. Usually turn and I get down to the 109s. But I was just telling Jill, unfortunately, I didn't want to tell anybody until, we saw how tonight went. But I'll be in Florida. We're going to Disney this week. So I'm going to miss it.
Oh, that's terrible. But I mean, cool in a whole nother way because you're getting to do something with your family. Yeah. Yep. So, and you actually got to see Watkins Glen in person this year. So that'll do the trick. Great job tonight. You don't even need that win next week. You'll be fine the following week with tonight's win. So who'd you like to give some shout outs to?
Well, I got to thank you guys over at AAA Broadcasting. I got to thank DW, all the admins, the NTRL. It's a great league to be a part of. Looking forward to all the future leagues and trucks, maybe Xfinity if I can get the right nights off. We'll see. But got to thank HBR TV and Steve Singer especially for Watkins Glen. He always has me come down to his campsite every year. So big thanks to him. I got to thank Numb Thumbs Gaming as a whole, Martin Sports, HBRShops.com, Castle Products, Track Bar Media, and shoot me a follow over on the Twitch at That Is For Guy.
Awesome, man. And it's smart, man, writing it all down on the card so you don't forget a single one of them, man. But congratulations, picking up the race win, 315, Mr. Zach Millett, your race winner here tonight, man. Congratulations. Go enjoy that vacation with the family, and can't wait to see you back out here in action again in a couple of weeks there, brother.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
And that will do it here for the interviews and all that. And fellas, it was a very, very nice race here from Dover. Very clean, very very courteous driving out there. And for the most part, everybody, everybody stayed away from that monster.
That's right. We saw some guys scraping the wall periodically. Not a whole lot of what I thought may happen, and Adam talked a little bit about it, was guys snapping loose coming off of 2 and 4. I thought we'd see more of that, and guys nosing it into the inside wall and wrecking their car, but we didn't see that tonight. This next gen car just drives a little bit different out there, I guess, and it was kind of strange to see such a clean race here at Dover, but I'm glad we saw that tonight. And this Numb Thumbs League is there's a reason that this formula works here. These guys got a great thing going here, and I'm glad we get to be a part of it.
Mm-hmm. That was great. Really fun race at Dover. I don't really have any negative thoughts about tonight. Normally you're like, that one could have been better, but this one was actually better than we expected. So great job for these guys out here tonight, and looking forward to next week.
Indeed, as we go ahead and quiet things on down and tell everybody where their favorite driver ended up finishing here tonight. And in the words of Mr. Vincent Short, Zach the Hack Millett picking up the race win for that 315 machine. The one at DW picking up a good finish there himself in second, with Joe Hoggard in the 64 back up onto that podium. Tied for hard charger of the day here tonight, rounding out that third place finish. You got the 32 Nick Biddy continuing his great run of finishes here, finishing up there in fourth. 66 Drew Blaze looked like he had a shot to kind of challenge for the title, but maybe running out of tires a little bit there towards the end. Finds himself inside of that top 5. 48 is Skylar Herod. Before he was signing off, gave us a little wave there. Tied for hard charger as well, up 12 spots. Finding his way up there for the 48 machine into 6th. 19 is Stephen Wood, had a fantastic night as well in that Hooters machine. Picking himself up a 7th place finish. The X-Man Justin Johnson in the 10, finding his way to an 8th place finish. 00 Joe Bennett, the original Florida man, getting things done here tonight in 9th, with the 2 of Scott Milner rounding out the field's top 10 here this evening.
Oh, Mac, Mark Collins there in the 45 machine, 2 laps down, finishing in 11th place. 12th, PJ Cox in the 05. It was fun to watch him battle out there tonight. Speaking of battles, Chris Goins in the 41 in some heated battles out there tonight as well. He'll finish in 13th place. 14th will be the 13 machine, Jonathan Hammond. The 005, AJ Evangelista will finish in 15th place, up 5 spots from where he started. Paul Ferdiani, not really his night out there. Dropped a few spots there, lost a few laps. 33 machine will finish in 16th place. 17th will be Jarrett Woodard in the 79. Dana Shepard involved in a wreck early there, and he'll finish in 18th place. 19th, Tommy Welch in the 9, and Joe David rounds out your field in the 6.
And that is indeed your field here tonight. As always, we thank you all for tuning in and watching and having a great time here with us, because y'all are the reason why we do this and have such a good time of doing it, having all you fans on out there talking on the YouTubes. If you haven't done so already, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell so you get alerted every single time that we go live. And of course, be sure to hit that thumbs up button as well, so that way we can continue to grow this fantastic community we got over here. Of course, we also have to say a huge thank you to the proud supporters like Davidson Builders, DEP Graphics, Sim Gear Central, Trek Bar Media, and Martin Sports for all being part of the NTRL family here and helping support them so they can, do their races and put on great shows like they did here tonight. So thank you all for the fantastic sponsorship. So with that comes to a conclusion here this evening. We head on to the finale of the HCK Beagles Racing League tomorrow night. It's their final race, all coming down to the final race there over at Talladega, and unfortunately it will be our last ever HCK Beagles Racing League race that we're going to broadcast as well due to some commitments and whatnot. So it'll be a sad but should be a great send-off over there from Talladega there tomorrow night. We look forward to having each and every single one of you on over there, but until then, I'm Alan Brown for Alan English and Adam Turner. We're signing off.
We go.
See ya.